So let's talk about advantages of Amazon S3. First advantage is create buckets. So you can create and name a bucket that stores data. Buckets are the fundamental container in Amazon S3 for data storage. Second is store data in buckets. So you can store an infinite amount of data in a bucket, upload as many objects as you like into Amazon S3 bucket. So each object can contain up to 5 TB of data. Third is download data. So you can download your data or enable others to do so. So you can download your data at any time you like or allow the others to do the same. So fourth is permission. You can grant or deny access to others who want to upload or download the data into Amazon S3 bucket. You can grant, upload or download permission to specific users. This shows that you can give a specific set of permission to the users who can download the data or who can put the data into Amazon S3 bucket. So last is standard interface. Use standard based REST and SOAP interface designed to work with any internet development toolkit. So now let's talk about AWS S3 restriction and limitation. So by default, you can create up to 100 buckets in each AWS account. If you need additional buckets, you can increase your bucket limit by submitting a service limit increase. Third is you cannot create a bucket within another bucket. So basically you can create an object inside bucket, but you cannot create a bucket inside bucket. Now last is the high availability engineering of Amazon S3 is focused on get, put, list and delete operation. So this shows that the Amazon S3 engineering is basically focused on get, put, list and delete operation. So whom can get? You can specify the action and permission for the specific user who can get the data, put the data, list the data and delete the data. These are all the basic restriction and limitation of Amazon S3 bucket.